Skillet Gratinate of pork, eggplant, and zucchini. Skillet Gratinate. Everything happens in this one skillet. Great, it's delicious, and you don't have to wash any pots more than this one here. So, a fillet of pork is always a good choice. It's easy, it's tender, and I'm cutting on a slant. I'm gonna make 4 pieces. Is it too big? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut one for Lidia. Okay, so this is it. And putting a piece of plastic wrap on the meat before you pound it keeps it from tearing. You wanna use the flat end of this mallet. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, we did our pounding. Here it is. And we're gonna saute this. Let's put some butter, some oil. A combination of butter and oil will leave the meat softer. We need a little bit of flour and lightly dredge the meat in the flour. Yes. Here we are. So salt them all, just a little bit. Dredge on all sides. Shake off the excess flour. You don't want too much flour. Okay. Whenever you put anything in oil or fat and frying, always away from you. We finish with the flour. Eggplant. All right, let's cut this. And, well, you know, I like a little bit of the skin, but maybe just here and there. The skin is not all that thin. And you can do it with a potato peeler, just like I'm doing it right here. Let me cut it on a slant. So I have 5 scallopine. I would need 5 pieces of eggplant, just like that. Zucchini, the same way. Of course, you wash them first. And we'll do it on a slant too. I have, let's see, 4, 5. Let me check the meat. And at this point, you don't have to thoroughly cook the meat, the pork. You want it to get a little crust. You want the flour to cook a little bit. And then we'll finish cooking it in the sauce, actually. Some delicious provola, semi-fresh, a fresh provola. You see it's soft, it's delicious. And we're gonna cut to put it on top. So I would say I would cut, maybe I'll do 1.5, we'll see. Okay. Oh, you see, we're in my garden. You hear the birds? I think that's a blue jay. That's looking for some food, I guess. Let me just make a little more. You never know if I might need it. Okay. I think that the meat is done. Let's pull out the meat right here. Yeah, and you can see it's nice and tender. I'm going to do the same with the vegetables. Let me just season them with a little bit of salt. And let's put in the eggplants. Okay. Could you make more pieces? I guess, you know, whatever your skillet will hold, you don't want to crowd it, because if you crowd in all the frying, I want to get a little crisp coating on it, that crust. So I don't want to put the zucchini in now. I'll give the zucchini its time. So here is the eggplant. So the eggplant is just about cooked. I don't want it to fall apart on me. And we'll do the same to the zucchini. I'm gonna need a little bit more oil. Let's put the zucchini in. So, nice, fairly high heat. I'm looking for some color and some of the flavors to really build. So, okay, I think we're getting there. Let me put the zucchini. Okay, so here we are now. We continue with this spot and the sauce. The sauce goes right in there. So, okay, let me put some vino. So what I'm doing is I'm building the sauce here. Peperoncino. I like it nice and spicy. A little bit of salt. And let's bring this to a boil. So let's put the meat in first. 1, 2. It's a little hot, but I can handle it. 3, 4. Okay. The zucchini right on top of each. I cut it on the slant, so 1 slice will do. Will cover my piece of meat. Just like that. Okay. Then the eggplant goes on top. Just like that. Okay. I think I want the basil in now. We can really maximize the flavor of basil. Just like that. Now the cheese. Take just a little bit of the sauce and put it on top to give it some color. Just a little bit like that. And a little bit of the grated cheese to sort of finish off this beauty. Okay. Covers, everything will finish cooking and the cheese will melt. I'm gonna clean up and we're gonna be ready for dinner or lunch or whatever you're serving. Buongiorno, here we are in my little library where I gather all my thoughts, write the books, and where I welcome you to send me questions and I can answer them. And here I have a video from Nina and Mary. Let's see what they need help with.
Hi Lydia, I'm Mary. This is my daughter Nina. We'd like to know what's the best way to select eggplant that has a few seeds in it. We'd also like to know if you salt the eggplant prior to preparing it to cook. We love eggplant and would love to get any feedback that you have about that. Thank you very much, and tutti a tavola a mangiare.
That's nice. Nina and Mary, a nice, beautiful mother and daughter couple. So, eggplants. First of all, look for a firm eggplant. The shyness of the skin. Look that the stem of the eggplant is still fairly green. All of those are important criteria in choosing eggplant. The species of eggplant also will deliver different amounts of seeds. So if you look at an eggplant and it is a large plump eggplant, the chances are that within that plumpness, there is a lot of seeds. Do I put salt? Yes, you slice the eggplant, you put it in a colander, and you put salt between the layers, you put a weight on it, and you put it in another sort of bowl to drain. And the salt will pull out the water. With the water will come out some of the bitterness. You then rinse the eggplant away from the salt, but do keep in mind that a little bit of salt has permeated that eggplant. So ladies, I hope this helps your eggplant chopping and eggplant cooking and relieves the bitterness. All right, good question. Let's see what's next. Marta sent me some pictures of her dinner the other night. She says she has made a simple basil pesto chicken with mozzarella and tomatoes and served it over pasta with grated cheese. A single serving. just for her. It was delicious and ready in 30 minutes. This weekend, she's making the meal again, but with red pesto, which she recently learned about. So let's see what she's talking about. Oh, this looks really good. You did your chicken with some mozzarella, tomatoes on top. Good for her. So she has the pasta underneath. This looks delicious. And you know what? You gave a lot of people out there, a lot of single people that cook for themselves, a great dinner. So brava. Keep on cooking, Martha. Let me unveil this beauty. Look at this. The cheese has melted. Everything is cooked. You have some delicious sauce. I want to take one for myself. Let's see which one. Maybe this one. This one is not as big. Look how this is delicious. So let me put it on my little plate here. Okay. And of course, I would like some of that cheese, which was mine, right back on here, just like that. And of course, I would like, ay, 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 que delicia. I would like some sauce, and that's for me. So I am going to go right for it. And we have our vegetables, we have our melted cheese. It's like a Parmigiana. Who doesn't love a Parmigiana? So I want a little piece of eggplant too. I want a little piece of basil. I'm gonna have a mouthful here. And you see how this provola really melts. Let me taste. You have the meat, you have the delicious tomatoey sauce, and then the mellow eggplant, zucchini, basil, and then the melted provola on top. So I'm talking and talking, but I really want to invite you. Tutti a tavola a mangiare. So, why don't you come over?